Craft house, we are not a mouse. Welcome! Hi, how are you? I know what you're thinking. What a quiet start to the show. I seriously hope that you haven't thought that you're having a technical issue and therefore you've put your volume up and now I've just gone hello in your ear. If that has happened, I'm sorry. The little gremlins are in this evening. I just spat on myself a little bit then. That was an overshare. Sorry if you saw. The gremlins are in this evening, fiddling about with technical things. There's no music, but we're here. It's lovely to be with you this evening. Well, what a day, what a mighty fine day it's been today. I tell you what, we had a busy craft vault, and let me let you know, some of the items, if they haven't gone, they're very low in stock. So if you haven't managed to treat yourself, absolutely do. Especially as we've got a little special discount for you today. Don't know if you've noticed yet. But today, treat yourself to some items, save pennies and pounds and dollars and cents. We have got the opportunity for you today to, if you purchase 2 items and use the code SAVE2, you will save 5%. If you then add another 2 more, so you now have 4 things in your basket, save 4 gives you 10% off. Add another 2 items, and that means you're going to have 6 items. Type in save 6, and you are going to get 15% off. Oh, it's good, isn't it? It is good. So it's 6 or more items. Make the most of it. Make the most of it whilst it is on. It does apply to everything apart from our items that we've launched this month. You get it. We have got so many goodies on for you, and this show has got a beautiful theme. We have got with us the lady who's had the most comments on hair I've ever seen today. It's Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Oh, good evening and welcome everybody. Technical glitch or not, we're here, we're live, we're interactive as well, and we've got a great show lined up for you. And the guys in the office set me a challenge of, can you do a show about babies? We've tried to bring you some different shows. You may have already noticed a bit of a masculine theme running in some, underwater the other day with our Michelle. So we're bringing in some different kind of themes, and the one that they challenged me was, can you do anything about beautiful babies? And I had a little, you know, you have those little moments, Becky, where you sit and you give your head a little scratch and you have a little look at what you've got, and yeah, that's what I've come up with. So I've come up with 5 projects that I'm going to go through in these next 2 hours. So pull up a chair, pull up a pew, wherever it is that you are, hot or cold, snuggle up in your bed, or whether you're outside, maybe in the sunshine, who knows, Becky? I haven't got a clue, I don't know what it's like outside at the minute. But stay tuned, because we're going to go through some really lovely different projects with the products that we've got on the show. There we go, Becky.
Absolutely. This is a really cool one if you do want to be inspired by something a little bit different. So we have got for you some real treats. We have got Chantal looking after us this evening. Hello, social superstar Chantal. Oh, I don't know why I said it like that. You are not French. And neither am I, quite clearly. But yeah, hi Barbara saying hey everyone from, it looks like a very rainy central Kentucky. Hello Michelle from New Jersey. I've got Barbara in Indiana. Eve's in with us saying hello to everybody. Suzanne Dawn's in with us in Leicestershire. There's loads of you getting involved. It's lovely to see you. Oh, and also apparently Michelle knits. Is it your birthday today, Michelle? Is it? Is it? If it is, let us know. I know that it's Val in Southampton's birthday today. She's been treating herself. Do feel free to let us know. Do feel free to get social with us. Let us know what you're up to with your day, what you're having for your tea, what's your favourite mustard, because it's National Mustard Day. What's your favourite toe, because it's Wiggle Your Toes Day. Do feel free to get in touch with us about anything, basically. What's your favourite toe, Debbie?
I don't like toes, Becky. I'm not going to lie. Feet and toes, nope, thank you. They're not my kind of thing. I know we've got them. I know we have them, and I know we've got them. I like to play with toes, but on my little granddaughter and grandson,
so
and
cute.
tickle their little feet.
So
I wondered
good.
where I
I'm
was
so
going.
glad that
Then
that
they
was
wondered where I
about
was going. They thought I
a
was going to
child.
the show from the very beginning. Let me just tell you now. Yes. The little tiny little feet, Johnny.
Little,
Producer Johnny,
little
Gorgeous
toes.
George. Little tiny feet to tickle, because they're ticklish on their little tiny feet. So my favourite kind of toes belong to Sapphire and Ezra.
Oh, that's so cute, and I'm so glad that didn't take a dark turn like quite often this morning's show did. That went very south. Anyway, we have got so many treats. Do you mind if I just show you it quickly and then we'll dive on into a demo? Let's do this. So, cute characters I've got on for you today. This is a big selection, 125 elements in total. You've got dies, you've got stamps. I mean, look at all of these that you have got. There's an absolute mega massive amount. The price on screen is the best ever. If you do use that 15% discount code, even more's the goodness. I've also got for you your decorative nesting dies. These are lovely dies. It's one of our largest collections in essence with this kind of theme going on. Lovely one for you today. Should be over £120, nearly $150. Today, just $77 or $89. So do feel free to treat yourself. Modern edgeables I've got for you here, and these do what they say on the tin. You can make very beautiful DL cards to big sizable pieces. Today, again, great deal. Have you seen that platinum price? Delicious. That's really good for these, very good. Considering they're 60 quid, if you're platinum price, you're getting it for better than half price. I love it. Then I've also got for you your creator card. This is your ribbon threading. If you've not seen these before, but you love cards that have tactility and in a way have the opportunity to be very good for mixed medium, then this is totally the one for you. Again today, £54 or $62. And they said 54 then, and 54 is not a number. Cut and emboss folders. Now, we love a cut and emboss folder. If you've not seen them before, one pass through your machine and it does the job for you, cutting and embossing as it goes. Today, just appreciate that price point for me. I mean, that's sensational. You're looking at, what, about £6 each? That's incredible, isn't it? So do seize the moment. And then I've got your mini dies. These are lovely. Your mini die collection. You've got your A to Z. You've got your 0 to 9 and all of your other little add-ons that you need, punctuation. I've got your baby design with your little nappy and your an elephant. I've also got a congrats on there for you. Really nice price on this, saving you 25%. It's just $14.97 or $17.97. So those are some of the treats I've got for you today, as well as like your weekend super saver and your daily deals, but I'll get into that later. We'll show you them as we go. For now though, do you fancy being inspired? Great, because we're going to be looking at the cute characters first off. These cute characters are absolutely, does what it says on the tin, wonderful little creatures, little animals with personality that you can have a lot of fun using. These really are adorable, aren't they?
Oh God, they're so cute, and this is the first opportunity I've had to work with them. So yeah, honestly, producer Johnny, so I was so excited when I saw them on my list of what I got coming up on the show, because I thought, yes, finally I get to play with them, because they are super cute. And I'm going to use the Pride and Joy. I'm going to try and keep this along those lines of like baby inspired things, and this, what I'm going to start with is a little gift box, just by using these. Oh no, it's not my gift box, I've got my gift box for later. Excuse me, well, I'm having a senior moment there. I'm going to do a nice little card to start with, and then we're just going to build it up and throw in those baby themes running along there. Lovely. So I'm going to use the Pride and Joy because I love cute animals, but I love anything like your tigers and your lions. I love those. I always find them really graceful. I know that a lot of people find them, you know, big and scary and a bit, but I think they're beautiful. And
Oh my
these,
gosh,
there's
they're
nothing scary
beautiful.
about these cute animals because they're super art, super cute. However, we've got a set of dies. We've also got a set of stamps. The stamps you can use on their own and build up your little scenes if you want to. But the over the edge die part that we've got to this makes it really versatile. So it means that you can do things like create your own apertures, have them on the edge of the top of a card, in the middle of a card, in the middle of an aperture, maybe a gift box that you're doing. You could run them along the bottom of there. So many ways that you can use them. I've personally got myself, this one is it's multi-purpose cardstock, and I've actually cut it down to fit into a 6x6 envelope. So with that in mind, I've taken a piece of A4 cardstock and using my Ultimate Pro, I've just scored it down the A4 fold, which creates the nice one. And I've literally just turned it on its side and trimmed it down to 5 3/4. So that actually is a base of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I've actually popped myself some lines just on the middle of my card. So I'm going to have a little bit of a twisted easel with this. So I want to centralise where I'm going to put my dies. And well, again, I think it's the way that you work and how you would work these. Do you want to stamp them on first and then run your dies along there? Or are you going to die cut and then stamp into it? And that's the latter is the way that I'm going with this one. So I've got my little characters and I'm going to have them running along those lines. So if I pop that there for a second, I'm going to pop it, about there. In fact, before I actually stick them down, I'm going to get my little characters into place. So let's pop those over. In fact, you know what, make it easier so my card isn't bouncing everywhere. Flatten it, and then I can higher that up. So let's get that around there. We'll have my little tiger, and we'll have my little, I'm going to go there. Right, so got my little characters on. I'm going to stick those down. You can already see it shape coming, can't you? Yeah, that's so cute. But I'm just going to have these literally now, and make sure I've got that on the right fold, Debbie. Hang on a minute. I'm hanging fold,
on.
twist, put in, stay in, fold. Yes, that's right. I'm just having to do it in my own little edge just to make sure I've got it the right way around, because I know what I'm like. I get carried away sometimes, and then I can end up die cutting the wrong thing or pop it in the wrong place, and then it can all go a little bit pear-shaped. There we go. So let's just hold that down, and I'm using my lines that I've drawn on to make it a little bit easy for myself. So I'm going to run this through my Gemini cutting machine before I do any stamping. So pop that on. Normal combination for your thin metal dies. Lovely thing about these as well is, depending on the style of the card, I think you'd be able to use these through any of your machines, the small machines, the large machines. I think it just depends on the card project that you're working with. And like I said, mine's going to be a little bit of a twisted easel card to start with. But they are so cute. And I think these cute characters you could get away with using with any baby, any box, gift box, any tags, any cards to welcome the little babies in. Yeah. We've got some nice little dies in the form of the miniature dies that you could be using to personalise, because there's a lovely little mini alphabet. There's also the numbers in there, so you could actually, if you wanted, wait until the baby was born, put the date on there, put the time that they were born, put the weight that they were born. You know, you've got those dice to be able to do that, which is always nice, because it really does make it nice and personal, doesn't it, when you personalise something like that?
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to lift all my tape off, get all my dies off into place.
Perfect.
And you'll see that that's cut just over where I want it to, over the edge of the character. Now, I do believe Corinne did a launch show with these a few weeks ago. I think it was Corinne. I think it was Corinne, yeah, producer. I'm pretty sure it was Corinne. I might be wrong. But you can always go back and look at that show, because Corinne did lots of demos in there as well. Where's my tape gone, Becky?
I don't know, it's run off.
Tapes are fabulous, but it's invisible. I can't see it sometimes. I have to get in really close. Like, that's it. There we go. Lift that up and take that off. Now, I'm going to be putting a score line in this in a moment. However, I'm done with my dies for the time being. And you can see now, in terms of how it's cut those little characters out. Absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do now is take my stamps that match each one of those. And this is just my personal, when I got these home and worked with them, this is how I worked with them, because I just want to be able to now line them up into the part that I'm going to pop it in. So I've got this one, I've got my little Tiggy tiger. Look how cute that is.
Oh, the
my
tiger's
God, honestly,
so lovely. We've got a new
just so
tiger at the
cute.
zoo, actually.
You what, love?
We've got a new tiger at the zoo. I say we, like I
I was
own
just
the
thinking,
zoo.
have you got a zoo, Becky?
No, Chester Zoo. So I live really, really close to Chester Zoo. I'm talking a couple of minutes
lovely.
walk. And yeah, they've got a new Sumatran tiger called Dash.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very cute,
Oh.
very cute.
I love going to zoos. One of my favourite, I love going. I just think, I love the animals. Although I sometimes don't believe in the captivity side of things, but as long as they're looking after them, I think it's one of those. I love going to visit them and seeing the animals there.
Yeah, well, Dash has actually been brought in because there's only 400 Sumatran tigers left in the world.
Oh, wow.
So he's been brought in because he's been found genetically to have pairings with a female tiger at the zoo, basically. So it's likely that they'll be able to have babies so that they can, bring more Sumatran tigers.
Aww.
Oh, tigers, they are just lovely at looking,
They are,
aren't they?
yeah. I'm just lining mine up before I actually do it, Becky. I want to make sure I've got it all lined up right. So I've popped it down onto my mat. I'm going to pick that all up now with my stamping platform. And then ready now to ink up. And we'll give that a nice little ink in.
Do feel free to message us in. I think a cute message in would be, what is your favourite baby animal? If you could just pick one.
Oh, that's a toughie.
Baby animal.
That's a toughie.
Because, I love giraffes. That's my favourite animal.
Oh, my God, yeah. Absolutely.
However, a baby giraffe, I think there are cuter babies. There, I've said it. There, I've said it. I've said it. Yeah.
Oh, Becky, I love baby giraffes. I love giraffes, full stop. Is it your
me too.
favourite?
It's my favourite.
Yeah, after a dog. Dogs are my favourite ultimate animals.
I mean, animals you can't have at the house.
Yes, favourite wild animals.
Yeah,
Giraffes
wild
every
animal.
single time. It's just one of the things I want to do. I want to literally, do you know when you have like a list of things that you want to do?
Yeah.
Feeding giraffes is one of them. And
Yeah.
oh, God,
Do you know what?
yeah.
They do it at Chester Zoo. It's only like 40 quid or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's not expensive.
Oh.
You do it like a group. But...
Well, I've hinted loads to my daughters about treating me for one of my birthdays. I might just have to tell them. £40 Chester Zoo, come on. And then we can pop into Becky's for tea. Yeah. Now, I've just popped that on so you can see how beautiful they've stamped out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my score line on. So I'm not going to rub anything out just yet. What I just want to make sure is my score lines are in the right place. So I'm going to pop my score line. So I'll bring in my board. Let's, there it is. Hiding away. Pop my board, and then I'm just going to now place that on and do my scoring. I'll have my black line as my guide. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll rub out my pieces in a second, Becky, so I'll just make sure I've got that lined up properly. And then you've got that over the edge part to it, so let me just fold that, bring that down. And you can see now I've got that lovely fold, so they're over the edge. Now what you're then going to do is you're going to spend a bit of time just colouring. I say a bit of time, doesn't take that much time in all honesty, because they're only small little cute characters. And I'll just bring that out for a second, and then just take your chosen medium and give them a little colour, because this is where you're going to have the fun part of it. You're going to take your medium. I've chosen the Tri-Blends,
which we have on offer today.
We do indeed, we do indeed. We've got that fabulous Colour Creations kit. It's absolutely amazing. A cracking price, it really, really is. And again, you can have a lot of fun with these. So I'm just going to use a couple just in here to do a little bit of
detail.
Shading. And,
lovely.
Yeah.
Loads of you getting involved today about our animals. Alison says, hi Becky, Chester Zoo is fantastic, especially their conservation work. Yeah, absolutely, completely agree with you there. Hello to Lisa, who says, my favourite baby wild animal is a baby snow tiger. Oh, yes. I mean, I like that, it's exotic, but also they have such big eyes when they're little, don't they? So cute. Hello to Abby Rose saying baby orangutans are the cutest. Orangutans are just, they're just like big fluff balls, aren't they, when they're little? Oh, it's so cute. I completely agree with you there. Panda Crafts, I'd have thought you'd have said panda, but no. Panda has said, me and my daughter always get an annual pass for the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. It's only about 5 minutes drive away. The baby baboons are beautiful. Baby baboons look a bit like one of my uncles. Like they've got these big ears and just like a really joyous face, don't they? That's so cute. Oh, panda, I completely agree with you there. Vi also agrees. I love baby orangutans. They melt my heart. Michelle says, Becky, my birthday was Monday the 1st. Hey, congratulations, Michelle. I hope you had a lovely day. Did you treat yourself to anything? I did notice before that you'd mentioned an order's on its way. How many stops are we talking? What's going to be in that? That sounds lovely. I hope you had a really lovely day. And I know Val's in with us again, and I hope you're having a fab birthday, Val. You treated yourself to anything yet, my love?
Now, when you've coloured all of your images in, I'm only just going to do the one for now, but just have a little play. It didn't take me that long, Becky, to be fair.
A minute.
And when you've done, what you'll end up with, now I've just chosen different colours, well, I say different colours, I use my tri-blend brush pens at home, but this is what they look like. And then when you've put that score line, take out those rubber lines, take out those pencil lines with your rubbers or erasers, and then you've got this lovely fold. All I'm just going to do is just put my fold back in just to make sure I've got it nice and burnished. There we go. And you can see now you've got them lined up over the edge. I absolutely love these.
Cute.
Now the thing that way I'm going to babyfy it,
yeah.
I say babyfy it, there's some lovely papers that we've got on the show.
We do.
And this is in the form of the Violet Studio paper pads. We've got a 12x12 and a 6x6. Just go over to Shop the Show. I'll flick through my pads because I have pinched Jake's. I've been rummaging around in his boxes again, Becky. I've been having
in his what, sorry?
I have. I've been having a rummage
In
around
his boxes?
In his boxes. In it. Oh.
I mean, it started early on today. In his boxes?
I've emptied his boxes in the room, in the back room, in that back bit, in the library, the big boxes.
Earlier on today, Debbie, you were talking about how the lads used to film you in a room when we first started here, and that went very strange. You were chatting about going down south earlier on as well.
Dear,
I mean,
honestly,
absolute.
I just don't think.
today.
I don't think sometimes. It is a family show. Yeah, gorgeous George, think it's a family show. Yes. So to explain myself, we have a library just to the side of the studio where we store all of our samples and our product samples and our products and things like that. Now, silly old me forgot to bring my paper pad with me. So I went to ask Jake, and Jake took me, it's going to sound worse now, Jake took me into the back room, showed me over there, showed me over there, and I was able to go and get them out of the boxes.
He took us to the back room to show you his boxes, did he?
Yes, that's the way. Anyway, beautiful paper pad. I'll let you have a little flick through. In fact, shall I flick through? Wait a minute. Has he took it back?
Oh, I don't know. I've not got them on it over here.
I've got it
you found
here.
them? Perfect.
So this is Jake's. We've got 12x12.
Lovely.
If I flick, shall I do an overhead or a front one?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Front overhead. Okay, let me show you, because this is a beautiful pad from Violet Studios, and look at the price. This is 12x12. Now, it's not double-sided, but it's beautiful in terms of colour schemes, you know, for your babies in your life. Because sometimes we don't know what we're having. People do like the element of surprise, but there's some lovely papers in here with muted colours that absolutely will work perfectly for the neutral side. And look, you've even got pieces like this. I mean, that's a little hot work in itself. Yeah. And we've got a 6x6 pad that's the same, but just been scale to size. Is that the right word? Not shrunk, scale to size.
Yeah.
Lovely clouds. This is where I've took mine from, and I'll show you in a second where I've took mine from. But there's some really beautiful that's going to work for either gender, and I absolutely love this pad. You know, I don't think we do it justice sometimes showing you properly how it is. Quality is stunning, and then the colour palette is absolutely exquisite. And also, like I said, we do it in the 6x6. The 6x6 is a smaller, shrunken down or scale to size, however you want to word that. But I thought that this worked really well with the card that I'm doing. So I'm going to pop that on. Let me make sure I've got that the right way for when I'm twisting on my easel. Yeah, we'll have it that way. Yeah, we'll have it that way. So I'm just going to glue that down now. So I've already got mine ready and done a little bit of hollowing. I'm going to call it hollowing, not the other word. I'll use the posh word. Where you take out, so you're not wasting all of your cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that on because that's going to be base. Let me just make sure I get that into place. And then I'm going to go in now with my little panel that I've done for underneath as well. So I thought it quite matched the colours that I chose in my animals and worked really well. And again, in keeping with the baby theme that we're doing here. Now, of course, like I said, we've got that lovely little package of the mini dies that will work really lovely if you want to personalise it. Or if you want to say congrats or whatever it is for parents to be, or you know, if the baby's born, like I said, you could personalise it if you wanted to as well. For me though, I'm going to use what's in the stamp set that I've got because you are my pride and joy. I think that's so cute. And I've popped some foam pads on because that's going to act as my stopper. That's it, stopper. Pop that there, so it stops it from flopping over, like so.
Fab.
But I'm going to add a few more. So I've done some more little animals because I wanted to add a few more on there. I've actually got my little laid down sleepy one there for the bottom part of the card because all those stamps are on there ready for you. Honestly, it's just such a cute little set. I'm going to sit him just at the bottom, and then I'm just going to decorate a few more. Let's, we'll pop a little bit of the lion on there. Let's take off backs of my pads. And let's add a few more on. In fact, let's have him stood up with that one. You can stand just a little bit behind, watching over him while he's sleeping. And then I'm going to put the other two on there. But that's the lovely thing about this set, Becky. You can really go to town with it. I could have just kept my 3 little images on there, but I thought, you know what, let's have a little play. I'm going to pop that just down in the corner, and then I'm going to just trim it down, and I might just have him up. Yeah, got to go that side.
Adorable.
Like so.
Oh.
And then literally just take my little scissors because I just want to trim him off at this end. And like I said, that little baby kit, we could be popping on there a little bit of a personalisation. But there you go, little cute, beautiful, beautiful card. And with the use of those baby papers, can literally send this now for someone who's perhaps baby's due, or maybe the baby's been born. And again, like I said, I've got a bit of space up here where I can personalise it, which is perhaps what I'm going to do when I take it home with me later on today. But how lovely, lovely collection, beautiful collection. And like I said, we'll fit in not just with the baby theme, we'll fit in with other collections as well that you may already own. But it's just a stunning design, loads and loads. I mean, look at the plethora of animals on there. That is an amazing set. When you look at the quantity that you've got in terms of all those animals, and if you're going for that full set, you can of course mix and match. I've just kept to one set, but you can mix and match. You can literally put the whole zoo in there, the whole animal world in there if you wanted to. The animal kingdom, which I just think is absolutely beautiful. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous kit.
So lovely. And I have got loads of the animals for you. I've got your darling deers, your sweet squirrels. I have also got for you your crazy cows and your stunning sheep. As well as that, I'm bringing to you your brilliant bees and your beautiful birds. And then got for you your tranquil tigers and your loving lions. I'm bringing to you your happy hippopotamus and your elegant elephant. As well as that, I'm bringing to you your great giraffe and your, oh blimey, zealous zebra. I've also got for you in here your heartfelt hare and your Minnie Mouse. As well as that, I'm bringing to you your cute cat and your delightful dog. And then I've got for you your brave beaver and your cute otter. Speaking of otters, I have to say hello to Val, whose birthday it is. I used to be involved with the local animal welfare, which included feeding baby otters whose mother weren't able to cope. They are so cute. Val, oh my goodness, that sounds like such a brilliant place to go and help out at. How gorgeous. I would love to do something like that, but I know what I'm like. what, take them home? And I'm pretty sure you can't. But yeah, that is such a gorgeous story. I love that, Val. So do feel free to treat yourself to these ones whilst you can. Let me remind you, I've got a daily deal, so named because this daily deal will last for a day. Once the day is out, the daily deal no longer exists for that day. So let me bring to you the elements within here. I have got for you some total essentials. I've got your roly foam. I have also got for you your decanter bottles. I've got for you your 3mm red liner. I've got tacky glue. I've got your all-purpose glue, and today for you, you're saving 30%, a 30% discount on your essentials. But I will remind you, this is a daily deal, so it does only last until midnight. So do, you know, don't be cinders. Make sure you've got everything that you've got. I've also got a weekend super saver, and this I think will make you colour lovers smile. If you haven't even maybe tried colouring before, but you like the idea of doing a craft that's quite mindful, may I suggest this? In here, you get everything you need to get started. You even get the likes of practice papers as well as beautiful pieces of artwork. It tells you step by step how to do shading, how to work with the colours, how to create 3D effects and designs. And it comes with the artwork itself. So there's plenty of different designs in here, as you can see, and you can use the different designs to create stunning pieces such as this, and you can use them to create box designs. There's lots you can do with them. You don't have to leave them just as a whole sheet. So plenty there, but also plenty when it comes to the 54 colours that you are getting within here. There's a real range, and there are tri-blend pens, and what that means is one pen, 3 hues, 3 nibs, and 3 blendable colours. It's really easy to do, and today I feel like we're giving you a price here that actually, that is such a good price that even if you already own your, you know, something like this, your tri-blend, but actually you've used them quite a bit, then maybe you think, oh, I don't know if these will run out at some point soon. At that price, it's a good one just to stock up on. And then when you do run out, or one, you know, you've used one more than others or whatever, you've got something there to dive on into. Now, I've not just got that for you. I have also got, oh, and don't forget, all of these things that I'm showing you at this moment in time, you can use that 15% code off if you want to. I'm going to bring to you now your ribbon threading designs. These are creator cards, and you thread lovely ribbon through them. So this is your die. You're also getting your outline die as well. And when you run it through, this is how it looks. This here is with ribbon, so you should be able to see that white ribbon sheening. Lovely designs here. Some of them are really cool because you can actually do totally different designs with the ribbons. So for example, in this one, you might just decide to loop through and loop through, or you might decide to do the crisscross. I've got this beauty of a design as well here. Nice large open spaces here with a really lace-like feel. This is one of my absolute favourite ones of these. I just think it's so edgy and modern. You can show tiny little bits, but then they also pop through. Remember, depending on the colour of card you're using, you can use complementary ribbons to really make it pop. I've got another design here for you, which has got almost like a tiled floor kind of feel. Almost feels a little bit edgy, like Moroccan in a way. Really pretty. And then I've got this one too. Another thing I will remind you as well is you can use things like this to add wonderful sheens and gloss for backing designs, backing cards. Cut it out, use it as a stencil. There's loads you can do with them. Today, £54 or $62. And we're going to be making with these. So if you do fancy grabbing them, do feel free to do so. We've got plenty of you in with us today. Shadia has said, which by the way I completely disagree with, Shadia. Shadia has said, Debbie, Becky is being naughty today. Oh, she is wild. She knows what you mean. What is she like? I presume you mean Debbie. I know, what is she like? I know.
What, you're being naughty or me being naughty?
I think
you're being naughty, Becky.
I'm not.
You're being naughty,
I'm
Becky.
not having.
It's you.
Michelle, this is my favourite comment of the day so far. Michelle has said, I have to find me a Jake before the year is out. Wowzers, Michelle, I love it. Lots of you talking about the prices of things we've got on today. Wow, that price is a steal. What a price. Really sweet paper pads. That's about the baby one from earlier on. Loads of you getting involved with us. Do keep your messages coming on in. We are going to be looking at our wonderful Creator Card ribbon makes now, aren't we, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. I love these. I remember launching these not so long back. Shocked to see them tonight at that price because that's a fabulous price. We're already giving you a massive saving on these. They're a hybrid collection, the ribbon threading dies, because we've done ribbon threading before where we had them in strips and you could... Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, George. I was too busy talking with my hands about the old style ones that we did. And what we got asked was, could we bring them into like modern, like with the rest of the things that we do in our collection, like our creator cards, because that's what these are. So I want you to think of these as not just a mucky die, but a nice clean die. I want you to think of it as the creator card range. Now I'm going to make this into, again, another baby themed card, and I've chosen some pink Centura, the baby pink Centura cardstock that I've cut down to size. These are a nice size die. They're just shy of 4 inches by 5 1/4, and you've got the opportunity to have them as a creator card because we've put a decorative piece that cuts into cardstock, this one on its own. Adding the frame means a panel that you can then cut out and add to the front of boxes, gift bags, background pieces, but of course centre stage of these is that lovely ribbon threading feature that's in these dies. So they are an hybrid of creator card and ribbon threading at the same time. Now I'm going to use the decorative part to this and I'm going to place it into my piece of cardstock. Now the cardstock that I've chosen is 4.5 by 6 inches. I knew the die would fit in perfectly. I don't want to use the outside frame, I just want to cut directly into this cardstock. So I'm going to use some low tack tape to hold it into place. Love Centura Pearl, and again this I'm using this for right now. I'm going down the baby girl route, obviously, with it being pink. Nothing to stop you though from sending it for a baby boy as well if you want to. You know, it's entirely up to you. But what we're going to do is we're going to die cut this piece, and then we're going to do a little bit of ribbon threading under it as well, and then finish it off by adding some extra little elements to really give it a baby feature. Yeah. And I've got loads of ribbons. I don't know about you at home, but I have got way too many ribbons to mention because I'm one of those that gets drawn to, do you know, to go to the markets and things like that. I were in Sheffield the other week. I thought, well, I'll have a little wander around Sheffield. In fact, it was this time last week on Saturday. I thought, I'll have a little wander around Sheffield and got drawn. First thing that pulled me in was this ribbon place. Oh my God, 10 quid later, I'm walking out with all these ribbons and I'm thinking, Debbie, you've got an absolute craft room full of ribbons. But I just couldn't help myself. And I did see one that I thought would work very well with this show, hence why I bought some. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. So I'm going to now just, and in fact, let me just check that that's cut through perfectly. Absolutely it has. Don't know why I thought any different with the Gemini. I'm going to give this a little tap. And then we're going to poke out the rest of the remaining bits. Now, the lovely thing about this is, and I'll bring back the packaging because there is multiple ways that you can use this to create multiple different looks with your said ribbons. Got a dirty pokey tool. Let me see if I can get rid of that. There we go. But I'm just going to punch out all my little pieces.
There's lots and lots of you saying how much you love these threading cards. Susie says, ooh, the ribbon threading dies make such great cards.
Yes, they do.
There's quite a few of you mentioning that, actually. I saw another one before. Miriam is saying the ribbon threading is one of my favourite things to do. I love this set. Why do you think so many people love it so much?
You what, sorry, Becky?
Why do you think so many people love it so much?
Because there's so many ways that you can use it. I mean, straight away you can see a beautiful decorative panel. That's without using the ribbon threading element.
Yeah.
But the lovely thing about this is the multiple ways that you can use this. Now, we're giving you a little starter with our pack because we're giving you 3 different ways that you can use this. Because straight away in the pattern, you can see that there's like a way that you can thread just going across, like on the number 3 here, just going across the top, in the middle, and the bottom. And then you've got the other options where then you can do a little bit of a crisscross element because under here you can see all these pieces. This is where you can get your crisscross, a bit like cross stitching but on a bigger scale with your ribbon. And that's the 2 ways that you can do that. But then bring them all 3 together and there you've got straight across, crisscross, straight across, crisscross. straight across. And that's what I'm going to do with this one. Yeah. I absolutely love them, and I think that's why people love them. There's multiple ways that you can use your ribbon threading combinations with them, and then of course there's all the multiple ways that you can use your ribbon. And I fell in love with this one. Tiny hands and tiny feet. I bought it in pink and I bought it in blue because obviously I've got a little boy due. Not me personally. My niece Jade has got a little boy due at October time.
Isn't it?
So I thought, yes, I'm going to get one. And I had to get it in blue. And then, of course, I thought, I've got to get it in pink as well. But I love this. So, again, I'm just going to do a little bit of threading. Now, there's lots of ways that you can do threading and make threading easy for yourself. You can put some little tape on the end of your ribbon and thread it through. Or you can angle your cut and you can make it into like a little precision. I think it depends on your ribbon. And you'll know what I mean by that because there's lots of different ribbons out there. Some free. And so you wouldn't be able to just do this, what I'm doing right now. So you'd need to put something on the end. I syringe mine. Not going to lie, I give it a little tiny syringe, she says, just by taking a match, just going on to the end and just syringing it so it's got a nice crisp...
Singe.
Right. I'm saying syringe. No wonder. Singe.
Oh,
I don't wonder
what
if
you
she's looking at me going out. I'm like, me and my words.
Singe. Yeah.
Little tiny singe on the end, and it just gives it a nice crispness to it, and it makes it easier. And then, of course, you could do things like glue. You can add a bit of glue on there. Tape's usually one that I use in terms of popping a tape and wrapping it around there, and again, just creating that. So that you can see is just running through, and I'm just going to have it. In fact, Debbie, did you? You daft devil. I'm thinking, why have I missed one? And that's because I didn't thread it through the right hole, you silly Billy. So let's just go in there, and then again, I'm just going to thread that through until I've got it to the very end, and then I'm just going to snip off the other ends because I'll tape it down, but I'll tape it down afterwards when I've pulled it through out where I want it. So again, tiny hands, tiny feet, and then we'll do that again through the centre part. So we'll go in through that centre. In fact, let's go through the top bit first. But again, I love them. I think they're really cool, these. I love the design. I love the way that we've brought it into the Creator Card range, but still with this ribbon threading way. And I absolutely love these dies. And again, I wanted to keep it in keeping with the theme tonight, which is these beautiful babies that we've been talking about most of the day. Because take your products that you've got. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy a baby collection to be able to do this. There's things that you have in your craft stash that you can then incorporate, thank you, that word, incorporate, I can't say it, incorporate into your different themes. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, we need a baby collection. Because we've got lots of things. And like I said, these little tiny dies, which I'm going to show you in a bit, which that we call the mini dies, oh my God, they're just perfect for this sort of thing. And again, just by going on, have a look what you've got in your crafty stash already. See what ribbons you've already got in there. And I'm just going to pop that through. And this is one threaded way that you can pop your ribbons. So again, let's just pull that through. And I'm purposely going to have it in different ways, not all symmetrical. I want it a little bit different. I will glue that down in a moment, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some more ribbon, because I'm going to show you the other way that you can do, because this is just the straight edge way, but then we've got all these pieces, and this is when you can start to have a real good play. So again, I'm just going to try and make it a bit easier for myself. Angle my ribbon, and then we're going to go in and we're going to do a bit of threading. So I'm going to go in this bottom corner, and I'm going to go up to the top one, but rather than going straight up, I'm going to miss it and go into that second one. And then I'm going to take it through, and I'm going to repeat that again, just by coming down into the next one at the bottom, but missing one. And this is where you can get your crisscross design. So again, I'll just keep on doing that, Becky. You might need to do a bit of talking while I'm doing it, because all I'm doing is just missing one of each one.
Yeah, no, I can do that. Lots of people absolutely loving your hair. Via saying, Debbie, your hair is absolutely gorgeous. It suits you so well. Susie T said, you look beautiful. Loving your new hair colour.
Oh, and you know, because I've been going blonde, I've started I think it was last September. It was just after those awards that I'd went. So, and I thought, I'm going to change my hair up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I used to dabbled with it a few years ago when my niece was a tiny baby, and I dabbled with it in terms of colour. And I thought, oh, I'll try it again. It didn't work, it weren't successful last time I did it. So I thought, oh, I'll try it again. But it takes a while. It's not something, you can't just go, those people who go bleach blonde overnight. I don't know how they do it, Becky. Because it's not good for your hair. So I've been doing it in stages.
Bit by bit.
Bit by bit. And now I'm going for the silver fox grey kind of look. I mean, I don't know why, because I'm getting to that age where it's soon going to be naturally that colour. I thought, I'll give it a go.
Very good.
And I'm quite liking it.
No,
I'm quite liking the compliments that I'm getting as well. I've got some lovely compliments. People have been so lovely.
Yeah.
But then they always are. We've got a lovely community of crafters who are so lovely with the words. And they know how to make you feel special. They really do.
Yeah, beautiful.
So kind. They really, truly are kind.
Hello to Patrice, who says about the baby animal collection before. He said, I love this collection. I have a second grandbaby on the way in September, and I have great ideas for this.
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats
that's lovely.
to you and your family. How wonderful.
Yeah,
that's so lovely.
So again, you can see, and this is just another way. So even if I'm not doing the crisscross, I could have had a nice little swirly pattern. So that's another way that you could use it. But of course, if you want to do the crisscross, when you've done the, like I said, you go in at one, miss this one at the top, go across there, down, back under, and you keep missing one each time. And then when you come back down, bring it back down into that bottom square, and then just repeat it at the other end. So that when you take it, and I'll just do it on a couple because I am conscious, you know, ribbon threading I love because I find it really therapeutic, and I love the finished look that the ribbon gives in these. And all you do is you just go into that next one that you left the first time round, and you get that crisscross going all the way. You can see that coming. And I'll just finish that off in terms of another couple, and I'll show you my finished one.
Lovely.
Because just beautiful.
Yeah, really gorgeous. Susie T saying, I did the craft along with these. Beautiful. Hey, nice work. Panda Crafts is saying, I know it's not a Christmas show, but I'm die cutting Christmas stuff this week. I have just used the Sentiment Snowflake from the watercolour collection. OMG, it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fab, isn't it gorge?
So when you carry that on, Becky, what you'll end up with, and I've done it on this one and this top one, so if I bring that in, and I'm just going to put a bit of white card underneath it, so you can see it a little bit better.
Aww.
You've got your little ribbon going through there, and then the crisscross design on both sides, and then I've just taped mine down. So when you've got all your ribbon done, tape it down. I've actually put some foam around the edges because I wanted to lift it a little bit, and again it just gives it a nice neater finish. I've double layered this, and I'm just going to take off the top part of my foam underneath those. Let's get rid of that bit. And I'm just going to line it up onto a piece of cardstock that I've got a little bit slightly bigger than my 6.5 by 4 piece that I initially started with. So I've got a quarter of an increment. Let's see if I can get that nice and situated in the centre. Yeah, that'll do. So I've now got my little panel, and then I've brought in a card back. So I've gone a little bit bigger with this one, and I've actually made it using my multi-purpose cardstock, and I did it 7 by 7. So I did a 7 by 7 back panel, 7 by 7, and then my front part I did 7 by 8 and scored it an inch, and then just fastened it together using our tape because I'm going to put this panel onto there. However, I wanted to bring that white off, so I've used my Centura Pearl again and just lifted it again, just give it a little bit of a tiny lift. So I'm going to just pop some of our all-purpose glue onto the back, like so. There we go. And then I'm going to pop that down onto, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that down first onto there. So let me pop some all-purpose glue onto the back part of my panel. And I'm going to place that to this edge. And then I can then centralise my panel to go onto the top. So if I get that bit stuck down, and then I can go in and pop that in. And again, I've just gone a little bit tiny bigger. I've taken another quarter of an inch. I think I've done half or a quarter. I think it was a quarter that I've done increment and gone round there. So you can see lifting colours, it just adds a little bit of a frame to it. And then I took a strip piece and used some spare ribbon and just popped the tiny hands and tiny feet so that it matched in with that, because I'm going to just stick that onto the end of my card so it brings it all in line with that. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of all-purpose. Let's pop that down. and I'm going to place that on. And it's literally it just brings it all together. Right, the white and the pink together I think looks really quite nice as well. Let's go in, there we are. I've done myself a little ribbon using the gingham style ribbon, so I'm going to stick that into the corner. Now I forgot to put my hot glue gun on. Debbie, you dafty. What will work? Yeah, we'll have this one. In fact, I'll stick it. Shall I have it in the corner? Please excuse me, Becky, I'm like this when I'm at home.
Oh no, don't be silly, it's fine.
I did a triple ribbon with this one as well, so I've got
Pretty.
nice little feature, but I think, yeah, pop that in there. I think I'll pop it in the corner. Yeah, so I'm going to just pop that in my corner. Bring that down. I would normally use hot glue from a ribbon, but that'll do. And then just to finish it off, and I did say we've got these lovely little dies, and I say little, but we've got these fabulous dies. We've got the baby die, we've got congrats, and then we've got the alphabet and the numbers, which I think is lovely. But what I've done is I've used congrats, and I've actually popped on, and I chose the pink and the white in the elephant and the baby grow. Now I thought I had some other little pieces, but I think that might be from the other one, so I'll just stick with this one. And then I'm going to just place these in, and you can really see now by taking that die, which we would normally just associate with just ribbon threading, but again, choose your ribbons that you might have already in your stash. I'm going to put my congrats down there, because obviously we want to congrats someone when they've just had a little baby. And let's pop on my tape. I'll put my little elephant in this bottom corner, and then my little vest in the top one. And I've just used the white cardstock again and drop shadowed it with a little bit of the pink. And I'm just gonna have a little bit of a skew whiff.
Cute.
And apart from adding a few little gems, we've now got a lovely little card to congratulate someone who's just had a little baby, in this case a girl, but congratulating them using the elements and that beautiful ribbon threading die set with just a choice of ribbons there that I've got in my crafty stash.
I adore it. How cute is that? Thank you so much for showing us that. It's lovely, isn't it? If you want to recreate that and many other different designs, here you have the opportunity. You've got all of these fabulous ribbon dies, as you can see. Absolutely loads of them. They're so cute. If you are in today watching, we're talking beautiful babies, and it's great to be able to see that designs like this can be created for little ones as well. So really pretty indeed for you. If you do want to seize the moment, now's your chance. £54 or $62. Plenty of you saying how much you absolutely adore that make. People, Audrey saying, I purchased the ribbon dies last year and they've made lovely cards. Thank you for letting us know that. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Yesterday is also saying you could make these baby announcements and put a footprint inside the card. That is so cute. Miriam is saying, this is such an adorable card, Debbie. Perfect. Loads of you absolutely adoring these. And if you do want to create a card, then may I suggest to you that you treat yourself to these ones. We call them our mini sizes. They will run through, you know, even your smallest of our die cutting machines. There's a gorgeous collection there. So these are the ones that they're going to get out. These ones are great. You can use them for dates of birth. You can use them for baby weights. You've got your congrats as well. And we've also got our alphabet one. Now, alphabet one for babies, just to give you an idea of the size, I'll take that out. So if you look, it's kind of thumbnail size, I would say, on each of these. The lovely thing with these ones is you can absolutely and completely personalize what you are doing. And, you know, unique individual hand-created designs with things like your letters does make them extra special personal, especially, I think, when it is for, you know, a baby, a newborn. Because baby names are big business, aren't they? And being able to personalise things is epic. Actually, sort of on that note, I noticed that there are a few new names for 2021 in the top 100 baby names list.
Is there?
Yeah, some new ones. So Olive is at 100.
Oh.
Olive, but that's the first time it's been in the top 100. Another one that's gone up a few places is Zoe. I think Zoe. Yeah.
Oh.
Right, I'm giving you a name and I want you to say higher or lower. So do you think it's more popular or less popular? So if Zoe's your baseline, what about Emma?
Less
More or less
popular.
popular. You're not wrong, it is less popular. Emma is at 48. What about Scarlett? More or less popular?
More, higher.
Higher!
Higher,
You know
higher.
what? It's actually 50th for 2021.
Oh, so it's lower?
50th is
right,
Scarlett.
okay.
What about Bonnie?
Bonnie?
Bonnie is in the top 100.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So shall we go higher?
Higher. It's at 73 is Bonnie. Bonnie. And what do you think about Olivia?
Oh, well, I think that's really popular. I think Olivia's really popular. I'm not going to lie, it's a beautiful name.
Go on.
I think that's top 10.
You're not wrong. It's numero uno for 2021.
Really?
Yeah. Top 5 was Olivia, Sophia, Lily, Amelia and Ava.
Oh, I love Lily. My Sapphire's got Lily in her name.
Oh, that's
So, because she's called Sapphire, so Sapphire Lily. My grandma was called Lily Sutto, and so it was a little nod to my grandma because I'm Anne after my nanan, and so Tasha wanted to bring in Lily from my grandma's side. So, you know, she's no longer with us, God rest her soul, but it's nice to bring that in, isn't it?
Totally.
And, yeah, it's lovely. It's a beautiful name. So I'm glad that's in the top 10. I think that's really fabulous.
Isla is at number 7.
Oh,
Number 7, popular
is
one.
there a Debbie in there?
That's the worst Johnny's first name. I've got the boys. Should we play? We'll play the boys later. No, you can't get it all
Because
at
this is a
once.
beautiful baby show, so yes, we can.
Yeah.
Boys, behave yourselves.
We'll go on to the boys' ones in a little bit, I will. Before that, though, funnily enough, it's not George and Johnny, number 1 and number 2. No, sorry. If you would like to guess, George, what number you would be at, and Johnny, guess what number you could be at, I'll let you know in a little bit. Anyway, shall we carry on looking at some other treats? AKA, shall we carry on doing the job? We have got for you some wonderful treats. I've got for you your beautiful advanced, decorative nesting dies. 19 pieces in total. You're getting 27 dies in here. And these, again, you can lay it up and they create the most divine layering detail. They look, I mean, I know this is maybe sounds a bit silly because you own a die cutting machine, right? But if you imagine trying to do something like this with, you know, your craft knife, it would be nigh on impossible. It would take you hours, but actually you can get this impeccable detail in literally seconds. Literally seconds running it through your machine. It's amazing, really, isn't it? I do love technology. Great to use as frames, great for your photographs. I like this one a lot. I'm watching a TV show on Netflix at the moment called Lock and Key. When I watched the advert to it, it's like a mystery, and basically it's about these children who find keys that have magic powers around the house. And when I saw the advert, I was like, oh, that looks quite nice, light and fantasy. Tell you what, there's jumpy bits in it. But yeah, that's what this reminds me of, almost like the ornate head on like a magical key or like an old Victorian piece. Really pretty. I've also got for you in this design, the Turin design. I have got for you also the Catina, as well as that I'm bringing to you your Bronte, and I've got for you your Argenta as well. So all of these wonderful designs, just £77. So do seize the moment on those ones. Up, do you know what could go really nicely? What's the one I'm thinking of? This one. I think this one, so you see the angles in this, the way it's got that kind of angled details, but it's got these sections. Imagine doing something like this with it, maybe on the inside or as an alternate fold. I just think that would work so nicely as a design, especially as actually where the fairy's body is, it kind of go into that panel, really pretty. I'm gonna bring you them edgeables now, actually, if I may. Let's bring to you your modern edgeables. Now these are wonderfully modern and they do have a timeless feel to them. I love the detail in this. That silhouette is just so powerful. It's majestic. It does give you that fantasy feel. It's just wonderful. That's your woodland fairy. I've also got for you your Bonnie bow. Now this for first time paper pieces. Oh, you're going to love it. You will be able to paper piece quickly, but also eye-catchingly. I've also got for you in here the cascading butterflies. This is a lovely one with all the swirls and details. I'm bringing to you your tulips as well. I think this is just such an elegant design. It just works on so many beautiful levels, doesn't it? It's really elegant, the movement of it, and also I'd say it's really recognisable. Nice open areas here if you want to do your colouring. Then I'm bringing in here for you your romantic rose. Lovely detail and design, and I've also got that beautiful detail with your final floral. So all of these are available to you as part of this bundle. Never seen a price like that on it, literally. It's the best ever price point we've done on these ones for you. Normally we're looking at a tenner each, so we're normally looking £60. Today, £35 for you. And don't forget, I've got your saver code as well, really important to remind you. So if you buy 2 things, so say you bought this and all my minis, say you bought this, type in the code SAVE2 and you'll save 5% on that order. If you buy 4 things and type in save 4, you'll save 10%. And if you treat yourself to 6 items, type in save 6 and you get 15% off your order. I know, it's well worth treating yourself to, especially as we've got a few things left from the craft vault where it was a minimum 70% off everything on show. Just thought I'd drop that in. So do feel free to go and have a little look online and see what you fancy treating yourself to. And whilst we're doing that, should we dive on into another demo? What are we making today?
Well, again, we're going to keep with the baby theme. So again, I've chosen some papers and I've gone with the neutral tones this time because I thought, you know, sometimes you don't know what sex the baby's going to be. It could be a surprise. You could actually have planned it to be a baby girl and then out pops a little boy, vice versa. So I'm going to stick with the neutral colours, and I've chosen from that lovely pad again because I just can't resist it. And for £5, what did you say it was, Johnny? £5? What did you say this pad were? The Violet Studio one. I mean, this is amazing. When I'm looking at the price on the screen, that's amazing for £5.39. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. It's just fabulous. And again, lots of lovely designs in there that are going to be in keeping with the theme of your babies. So again, I've taken some from there. Now, I have used... I'm going to do a little bit of an on the edge. Because this is a modern edgeable, I'm going to use it on the edge of a card. What I've got, though, is a base card, and I've started at 6.5 by 6.5 square base. I've chosen some of our, I would say Centura Pearl, but it's from one of our 12 by 12 paper pads that matched and brought out that lovely golden, warm, yellowy tone that's in there. And I've gone with the stars because I am going to use the butterflies. I love the butterflies. Now, I'm probably thinking, butterflies with babies? But of course you can. You can use any of those. That bow would look lovely doing it with the bow on this one.
Oh, yeah.
The bow would look lovely because the bow, again, is really lovely. So, again, it's just a personal choice. But that's going to be my base card. And then I've cut myself another on the multi-purpose cardstock. I've cut this to 5 inches by the 6.5 again. And I've just put a little score line at 1/2 inch in. But the edgeable itself, as with all of our edgeables, you've got the outside cutting edge that starts here. So pinpointed there at the top and the bottom is where the edge starts. All the way around the cutting detail. Then you've got your lovely butterflies. And this is the bit that stays connected into the cardstock because there's no raised die cut metal part to that. So it stays connected in. So I'm going to turn it this way and I'm going to have it on the edge part, away from the fold. I'm going to have it on this side. I'm going to use my glass mat just to line that up a little bit so I can get that in the perfect position. There we go. And then I can stick my tape down to hold it into place. Like so. So I'm just popping it on the outside part because I know that nothing's going to get damaged there because that bit's going to be cut away, so that's absolutely fine. But I am going to put a little piece just down into that middle part, just to the centre bit, again, just to make sure there's no movement when it goes through the Gemini, and pop these through. Now, I did see a question asked about these dies. Would they fit through the Gemini Junior? I believe it was for these dies. Yes, they will. This is the large Gemini. If you think about in terms of the Gemini Junior, that's half that size. They'll fit on there. I think, again, it'll depend on the card that you're making, your project that you're making. But yes, they will fit on your Gemini Junior, if that was the question for these that I saw out of the corner of my eye, Becky. So, I'm going to run that through my machine. I've got my large plates again, just because I can't find the Gemini Junior plates. I've had a little look and I can't find any. I don't know where they've gone. They were on the side here, but they've disappeared. They've probably gone next door. Probably gone next door. I mean, there's a big thing coming up in the UK, which is very exciting, but they are working like the clappers. Poor Jake, back and forth. That's all I've seen him do today. Because we've got some exciting news that you all probably know about now. And actually, there's going to be a little preview, isn't it, night before, Monday night? I'm going to say it came on my email as well, Producer Johnny, so don't think I'm speaking out of term. I think it's all come out now in the email that there's a preview on Monday night with Sarah and Ben ahead of the most exciting time, Tuesday, where Sarah's going to be on QVC in the UK. Bringing craft back to the UK QVC. So excited, so excited. So you can see that's cut through beautifully. I'm just going to lift that off. Now, with any edgeable, with any delicate nature to a die cut, just take your time. I tend to spin, don't know if you've noticed, I'm spinning it around and lifting it where I can see, just by holding it with my finger, so that I'm not damaging any of the die cut element. And then I'm just going to release that edge with my scissors, just to release the top and the bottom piece. Oops, slightly off there, Debbie. And there you can see that lovely feature, all die cut out, absolutely beautiful. Just going to touch this up and tickle it with a little bit of straw bale, because I think the straw bale is probably one of the closest colours that I think will match the tones that are in the paper. And again, it's all about having a little play. And I'm just going to tickle around the edges of my butterfly wings. Of course, you could be doing your paper piecing. If you use your hold and release sheets, you could actually paper piece all of these back in. You could put some acetate under there and then put your pieces back in. I suppose it depends on the look that you're going for. But I'm just going to keep it nice and soft and muted in terms of pastel colours that I think will work really well with the paper that I've chosen, the design that I've gone with. There we go. So again, just tickle around those edges. Seeing another little piece of cardstock that you're not meant to be there. Out you get. There we are. And then I'm just going to put that fold back in. I'm going to bone fold, use my bone folder to put the crease back in. I've actually taken that same paper that I've chosen for the back, I've actually taken it and cut out another piece. So just exactly the same, because that's going to sit underneath and we're going to lift it a little bit and it just softens it and gives it a little bit of warmth to it. So I'm just going to trim that down before I actually stick it down into place. Let's get me guillotine. There we go, just trim a little bit off on the edge, just so it fits underneath nice and neatly. There we go, and then I'm going to just now, so I'm going to put my dotty tape pen on the back part of this. Where's my dotty tape pen gone? There you go. Just so I can add that little drop shadow behind the back. Go, and then a little bit of tape just up there as well. I'm just going to drop that slightly, and then I'm just going to trim off the bottom bit with my little snipper scissors. So I'm going to go in with my little snipper scissors just to go around that design, because I don't want the drop shadow to interfere with the part there, so I'm just taking that little bit away, like so, and then exactly the same on the other side. In fact, let me go into that bit. There we go. And then just to trim off that edge. And then I've got myself a little panel, again in keeping, so I've got a little strip that I've cut down to 2 inches by 6 1/4, and then same with that paper, just to go on there on the inside. So I'll put all these bits together and then we'll stick the card together.
Lovely.
And then I'm just going to add the other little elements to it. So let's pop a little bit of glue around the back.
Ty McQueen's asked a question just whilst you were gluing, saying, I've brought the full tri-blend brush set, so I don't need that marker set as well, do I? There is a difference, isn't there?
There is a difference, yeah. So it's the pen, so the nib is a nice nib. In the tri-blend brush, some of the tri-blend brushes have got a darker shade to them, so it's not all the same. So all the pens, although there might be an orange blend and an orange blend in the tri-blend and then the brush pen, the brush pen's probably got a couple of different shades in there, so it like adds on, so it's an add-on addition to it as well. So yes, so it's a good one to have. Plus brush pens, yeah, I absolutely love them. If you want to get into that really fine detail, the nibs on the tri-blend originals, we'll call them, the black barreled pens, I've got a smaller nib to be able to get into the nooks and the crannies nooks and crannies? Yeah,
that's right.
Nooks and crannies,
Yeah,
quite
nooks and
easily,
crannies.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just stick all these panels down. Now I've got all this together, Becky, so we're just going to pop it on. I actually would have done a little bit of the hollowing, or however you want to word that, just to stop wastage there, but I forgot when I was doing this one. There we go. And then lastly, pop my card, chosen paper, sorry, on the back. Like so. And then I'm just going to attach that now to the front. So you've got this lovely front. And again, you can see that lovely warmth that the lemon on there. And I say the lemon, it's the straw bale water reactive. And it just gives it a little bit of a lift. It's not as stark as the white would be just on its own. So I'm going to pop my tape just down my little flap like so. And then just attach that together. So taking that fold into that score line, popping that across and just giving it a nice burnish. Both sides there again. So you can see now you've got your lovely edgeable factor, nice in keeping with that lovely lemon that's in there as well. But also, just to finish it off, I've used again from that Violet Studio, there's some lovely little topper sheets, so you can go over to the website, go and check them out. They come in like a little pack, and they are already available on our website, so you'll be able to find them. But they've got Hello Baby in there, and there's some nice little stars that I thought looked really well with that paper. So I'm going to just finish this off by adding on, got myself a ribbon, pop my Hello Baby in this bottom corner. Let me find me foam pads. Pop a couple on there. The thing I love about these is that they're already pre-die cut, so you can go and have a look. I'll show you the box in a second to show you where I've got them from, but they work really lovely with that paper. And I've got that lovely baby theme running through them as well. And they literally they're already pre-die cut for you. I'll show you that box so you can see what I mean. It's this one, and it's called the Card Toppers 28 piece. I think it's still available on the website. Just check that out. Violet Studios, the Essential Collection, Card Toppers 28, and you'll find that in there. And again, like I said, it just works really well. And then I've got my lovely little stars. I'm just going to put my ribbon on. Top corner. I love a ribbon. I'm absolutely obsessed with ribbon. Just think it adds a lovely little element to your cards. I'm going to pop in the centre of my little butterflies. Rather than some gems, I'm thinking pop some of these stars, I think. They'll look quite cute in there. So I'm going to bring in my glue. This is our tacky glue that's decanted into my small fine tip applicator that is on that Daily Deal. So I'm just going to pop my little stars into the body. Cute. And again, it just adds a little bit of fun element to your butterflies there. So let's get that the right way around. I want you at that bottom part. Now, you're too big, so I'm not going to... Let's have a look. Yeah, you're a little bit... Do you know what I can do, though?
Go on.
Trim it down. I can go in and trim it down, can't I? Of
course you can.
It's already pre-die cut. Nothing to stop me getting my little precision snip scissors and going in and trimming that down. And then adding it to the middle of my butterfly, which I wasn't going to do, but I've changed my mind. Because it's on my smaller two, I want it on my larger one as well. So let's put you in there again.
Oh, nice.
Like so. And then just finishing that off. Oh, do you know what I could do?
Go on.
Pop that into the centre of me. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, I would use a hot glue for this, just to make sure it stays put, but I'm going to use our double-sided adhesive just to hold it in place. And just adds a lovely little bit of an element again. And there you go. So you've got your Hello Baby with your edgeables, just using those lovely little toppers as well, just to give it a nice little finish. But there you go. Another little baby card project already. I'm getting quite a few in there, aren't I?
That's cute, isn't it? I love it. That is so pretty. It's your modern edgeable collection. As a reminder, you are getting the 6 different designs in here, and they're going to be perfect for our theme today with the beautiful babies, but also much, much, much more. Now, as well as these beauties, I have got for you today on the show your daily deal, and the daily deal is all about that glue. Now, you saw Debbie use some glue earlier on, and the glue that was being used was our tacky glue. It was then placed into the decanters that you get within this. I've also got for you your all-purpose glue. Then I'm bringing to you your roly foam, and I've got for you your red liner tape as well. Each of these, although they all glue and stick, they have different uses, and it's really, really easy to get involved with them. If you have them all, you know that you've always got something there to be ready and to be stuck. So it's always wonderful to be able to have that. £16.75 or just $27.55. But it does run out at midnight, so don't, you know, turn into a pumpkin. Do feel free to treat yourself to these ones whilst you have the opportunity. I want to remind you of the weekend super saver, if I may, because this is really popular and I don't want anyone to miss out. If you haven't worked with these before, or maybe if you've kind of had them before, but you're actually running out, because obviously it's ink in there, so that will happen. This is a great way of getting involved. So I have got for you your instruction manual. It gives you your real basics, but it also takes you up to levels to give you a professional finish. In here, you're also going to be getting different sheets that are done and dusted for you. And what it means is once you colour them in, using the techniques that you're taught, you can cut them out and use stunning cards like this one made by Jane. It's lovely, that, isn't it? Well, you're getting 5 different ones of those. I'm also going to bring to you a selection of the blended pens, and you also get practice sheets as well that helps you. So all of these pens, as you can see, have got the 3 nibs, and they have a delicate ombre of colour within them, so they work really nicely. It's just £35 or £35.99 or $53.53. And again, they're all nicely kept in here. So this is kind of cool because you can use it as your storage as well, which is handy, because actually using it as storage, because of the size of it, that could just slide onto your shelf and it's not taking up much room at all. So a lovely one there for you if you do want them. They're your Colour Creator kit, just to seize the moment. Let me remind you that I've got the little delicate mini dies as well here for you that we showed you earlier on. These really are very, very pretty indeed. You're getting lots in here, including the likes of your letters, your punctuation, your numbers. I've got a congrats there for you as well. And I've got these elements such as your little baby grow, your nappy, your tag pin, and of course your Nelephant as well. So a really wonderful collection that you can work with there. Really pretty designs and ideas with these ones if you do want them. I want to remind you that I have got some cut and emboss folders, and sorry, I've just got to grab them. I've got for you a tool, if you will, that when you run it through your machine, it does numerous different things at the same time. It's a great multitasker. So this, if you're running it through your machine, it's going to add texture and it's going to add the cut designs. Now, because you're watching me on a 2D screen, you won't be able to see that, but these areas here that have more colour, we haven't painstakingly gone through and drawn on loads of lovely little ditzy hearts. That is actually all raised, and it's raised because of this fabulous bit of kit that has texture upon it. So what you're going to do is you're going to run this through, it's going to cut these out and it's going to create that texture. Lovely one for framing this, really great for little pictures. I've got this one here too, which again is another cut and emboss. This one has the cutting elements on those lovely raised florals. As well as this one, I've got this. You've got a really wonderful detail with this one. I love the edginess. It's really geometric. It's a fun one. Got a different style design here in the florals, as you can see there. And then I've also got for you your butterflies, again, with those liftable wings. So wonderful detail with these ones. Have you seen that price? that is delicious. £29 or $33. It's a really, really special one, that. So if you do want to seize the moment, absolutely do. You have just asked a question, Katie, so I'm going to fling it at Debbie before we crack on. Katie has said, do you need a blending brush with these?
With the...
I'm not entirely sure if you mean these.
Do you mean the
pens?
Do you mean the pens?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you could just get back to us. Did you say her name was Katie?
It was, yes, Katie McQueen.
Yes, so Katie, just get back to... Do you mean in terms of the Weekend Saver box, with the tri-blends?
Yeah.
And you're wanting to know, what was that question again? Sorry, Becky.
Do you need a blending brush with these?
With the pens, if it's the kit, no. No. You can get a blender pen to add some detail. Do you know when you want to take away a mistake? We call it a blender pen. A little mistake that I first made when I first started crafting and colouring. I thought the blender pen was how you blended colours together. What I didn't realise it soaks up all of the colour and takes it away. It's like an eraser. That's how I think I've said to Leanne many a time, shall we just rename that pen to be eraser? The blender pen works for erasing mistakes and maybe add a little bit of texture because it lifts colour out, because it's the pure alcohol content in the blender pen is that's what lifts and bleaches out your colour. So no, you don't need one to work because the blend is in the 3 shades of the pen.
That's the magic of them, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So you don't need a blender pen to... If you was to put a blender pen over the tops of those colours, it would draw out the colour and bleach the colour. So that's not what you want. But you can get a blender pen, and you can buy... I think you can buy them single as well.
Yeah,
you can get them, but they're for taking away, so they're bleaching out your mistakes that you might make when you've gone over a line and you just literally dab it through so it takes away the colour.
Yeah.
Or you can use it to create some extra little texture when you're doing some things as well.
Gorgeous.
But yeah, but you don't need it for those pens. If that was what you wanted to know about the blender for.
It was. I've just had Katie McQueen say, try blend. So yeah, no, you don't. That's kind of the magic of these pens. They do it for you, which is why they're great even for brand new beginners. So thanks for letting us know that. Okie pokely. We don't forget, I have got another round of Becky's baby name bingo. Just
Actually, it's going to come in really handy for this one because I've gone blue.
Oh, I love it. Well, we'll get on to the boys' names in a moment or two. So, shall we dive on into the craft?
Yeah. So I'm going to use, and I love embossing folders. Big champion of embossing folders because I love what they do. They transform a piece of plain cardstock and give texture, give patterns, and I absolutely love them. And I love a cut and emboss folder because it's the 2 favourite things of mine. Embossing and die cutting at the same time. So I absolutely, we call it an hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to use the Happy Hearts for this one because happy occasion when a baby's born, regardless of what sex, regardless of how many, is it one, is it twins, is it triplets, is it quads, it's an happy occasion. So I've gone with the Love Heart one for this one. Now these embossing folders, not only are they the most amazing price, they're a lovely slimline feature to them. They're quite a big one actually. So this is 8.5 inches by 3 3/4. So you can see the size of it. Now inside a cut and emboss folder is the embossing detail on one side, and then on this side the metal that does the die cutting with the sponge in the centre of there to release that die cut. So I'm going to make, guess what I'm making? Can't help myself. I'm making a box. Yay! And it's going to be for my little soon-to-be nephew that will be soon coming into the world. So I'm making it with him in mind. So I've taken some A3 Centura Pearl. I've gone with the Pastels A3. Now, I'm not sure if it's on the show, but it's definitely on the website.
Great.
And it's A3 Centura Pearl, bigger, so that you can make bigger projects because I wanted to do a 4-sided box with this. So this this cardstock is particularly useful when making these boxes because this is quite a big embossing folder. So I've cut this down to size. It's actually measuring in at 10 inches, and then I've done this, and if I remember rightly, it's 4 3/4. Yeah, 4 3/4, and I've scored it at 4 inches down one side, and then on the bottom I've scored it at 1.5 inches, and I repeated that 4 times. So I did 4 of those pieces that started off life like this. Now before I start putting my folds in and doing the cutting to put into the box form, I'm actually going to use my cut and emboss folder into that cardstock, and I'm going to go through the top part of it because I want it to be in this part of my box. These are my flaps that are going to tuck, that's my bottom bit, that's my flap bit that's going to tuck in and join up all four sides and that bottom piece as well. So I'm going to position it and I'm going to get that in up to the top, tuck that in and make sure it's nice and even, and I want to make sure I take my time with this bit, so please excuse me a second, Becky, while I get it nice.
Yeah, no problem.
And even.
Loads of people loving on your last card. Lynn said, oh my goodness, this is such a pretty card. Shadi is saying, cute card, Debbie. Thanks for the inspiration today. I love the demos.
Thank you very much, Shadaya. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Right, cut and emboss folder. Normal combination for your platform in a Gemini is your 2 clear cutting plates. Exception to the rule is that sometimes you might be able to put your metal shim over the top. Don't put your plastic shim in there. It doesn't need the plastic shim. That's far too much pressure. So it is just normally, and for me, I find that this is just the right amount on a cut and emboss folder. It's a standard embossing folder with a simplistic metal die in there in the shape of a heart or the squares, whatever it is that, you know, out of all of them, because you're getting every single one of them. I think it's a fabulous deal.
Great.
So yeah, so the normal combination would be, and you can see that it's not only done the embossing, it's also cut out, and I've got now 3 pieces of the love hearts. And if I just move it out of the way, you can see, and I can use these for maybe decoration later on, but I'm going to pop those to one side, and you can see that lovely embossed detail in that Centura pearl. Looks absolutely exquisite. So now I'm going to put my fold lines in. I waited purposely until I put that through the machine, and I'm just going to literally put my folds in, give them a nice burnish, especially when you're putting your box together. And then I'm just going to trim away, and I'm going to take it up to the corner, into that first corner, and then into that score line, into that one as well. And the same with this one. I'm just going to go up to that bottom. It's just neatening it off. When you're putting it together, it neatens it all together. So you can see now I've got one of my sides, and you're going to repeat that 4 times. So that's exactly what I've done with this. I've got 4 pieces. I've actually done 3, to be fair, because I wanted a solid background. And when I say a solid background, I've kept one totally free.
Right.
I've not cut and embossed with it. I've kept it solid. And what I've done is use that gorgeous paper pad again. Couldn't help myself. Think it's lovely. And it actually, not only is it neutral, it actually works with blue as well. It looks stunning. I've put my red liner tape on because that is going to be the back part to my box. But I have got my other pieces cut out. So I've got 1, and I've got on the back there, I'm going to pop this beautiful paper again, because again, take a look how lovely it works with that. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to pop some glue just onto the back bit. Now, this of course is when you could be decorating it with acetate. You could be decorating it with vellum. It's entirely up to you, but I've chosen this paper because I thought it looks really lovely all together.
Looks like the suns are peeping their heads like, oh, look at me. Like
Yeah, I just love it. I think it's absolutely super cute. And I'm going to do that again because I've got another piece here. So I'm going to pop on exactly the same. So I've cut my strips down. Now, bearing in mind, when you think about the size of this strip, it actually measures in at 4 by, and if I remember rightly, 8.5. So I've just taken this down a little fraction again to 3 3/4 by 8 1/4, just so it fits in there perfectly and it don't over flap or over what's the word I'm looking for, get stuck. It doesn't get trapped. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm just going to use my tape pen again all the way around the outside of there so that literally the paper can't go anywhere. It's stuck there and it's staying put. And let's place that in. And again, the cute little sunshines with the hello baby just peeking through there. Now for this part, I've used a little bit of acetate. So I've done 2 panels with the paper, and this one I'm going to put some acetate around the back because I want a little bit of a see-through element, because bearing in mind, remember my solid piece, I want to be able to see through. So I've got a nice little sneaky peek of what might be in my box. So I'm going to put some acetate around the back of that. So again, same thing, tape around the edges. like so.
I've had a really interesting question, and I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue about this answer. So I'm going to ask you in case anyone else in the team knows. Anne is in saying, does anyone know, for future reference, are the clear plates recyclable?
Ooh, never been asked that.
No, I will be straight with you. I haven't got a clue. I really don't.
Do you know what? I've never been asked that question, so I don't know that either. That is a fabulous question, and do you know what we'll do? We'll find out.
We will.
We'll find out.
Thank you for that question. Really appreciate it.
Right, so I'm going to pop these pieces together. So I'm going to go in with, and if you take a look, I'm going to have it like this. So I've got two pieces that have got the decorative part with the paper, this part with the element of having a little sneaky peek what's in there. I've already put my red liner tape into place, so I'm going to just peel that back. And I'm going to line up the acetate piece, and I'm just going to line the straight edge up with the straight fold of the tab, flap, whatever you want to call it. Pop that down, make sure it's all nice and, and then literally put that down so it's all in place. And I'm just going to attach all my box pieces together. So that's the next one that's going to go in. Exactly the same, straight edge to the tab. And again, I'm using red liner tape because I'm planning on popping and filling it up with some nice little baby things for, and I'll give you, she won't mind because she's telling everybody anyway, but she's got a very unusual name. So her first son's called Elijah.
I love that name.
Little gorgeous Elijah. And the second one, now if anybody's a big fan of Vampire Diaries, as my niece is, Elijah is from there, and so is the next one. And I've never heard this one, so it's a very unusual one, so I don't think it's going to be on your list, Becky.
Right.
Enzo.
Enzo.
Have you heard of Enzo before? I hadn't until she told me what she was going to name him. So yeah, she's a big fan of Vampire Diaries, and apparently it's a character in Vampire Diaries. Right. I wouldn't know. I don't watch it.
No, I've not
so
seen
I haven't got the foggiest, Becky. I don't know about yourself. Haven't got the foggiest. Haven't got a Scooby-Doo. Now, you can see now, when I bring this together, literally, you can see how that's all folded in. So I'm going to do exactly the same. So this panel now needs to attach to this panel here. The easiest way to do this when you're attaching a box together is fold that flap down, peel off the red liner tape, and then bring that flap in. And I'm just going to move, there we go. And I'm just going to measure it up before I actually attach that because I want it to be nice and flush, and I'm happy with that. And again, this is when you can then pop in all of your score lines back into place. So I'm just going to go round each one so that all of those are nice and crisp. And then you can see the box starting to form together. Now I've cut myself a base of, I had to put this in, bottom of box and inside of box to strengthen, because I cut one down a little fraction smaller. But it literally is a 4x4 square, because that's how the dimension of this now looks. So it's going to be a 4x4, and I wanted a strong bottom, so I'm going to pop that onto there. So with that in mind, I'm just going to stick that down. Becky, if you want to be going through some of your lists of your boys' names.
So I'm going to start off with boys' names. If you've just tuned in, it's Becky's baby name bingo, and we're looking at popular baby names for 2021 as our theme for this show is beautiful babies. So I'm going to start off on the boys list now. We've already done the girls list, and I'm going to start at 50. So it's out of 100, top 100 names. So I'm going to start by telling you what 50 is. 50 is Caleb. Caleb is in at 50.
That's a nice name.
Do you think that Rory is more popular or less popular?
I think Rory is more popular.
Do you?
I do, yes.
It's 100% more here from the team. You are all right. Rory is number 46. Now let's have a little go at Milo. More or less popular than Rory?
See, Milo, yeah, I think Milo... where did you say Rory was?
It's number 46.
I think Milo is higher.
You're saying more popular?
More
people
popular.
in my ear? Less popular, both people in my ear. It is less popular. It's 89.
Really? I've heard of quite a few Milos. I'm a bit shocked at that, I'm not going to lie.
What do you think about Blake? Blake, more or less popular than
More popular than Milo.
You're not wrong, you're all right. Yes, it's at number 82 is Blake. What are we saying about Matthew?
Oh, now then. Very traditional
less.
name. Where did you say Blake was in the terms of the...
82.
82. It's got to be higher, surely.
More popular? Everyone's saying more popular?
Surely.
91.
No way, Rosie.
Yep.
No way.
It was down 8 places on
Really?
2022. Yeah.
My goodness me, that shocked me. I'm not going to lie.
So
That's
let's
kinda
go
shocked
from
me.
one traditional name to another. George.
Oh,
George is
George
here.
of the joystick.
More
Oh,
or
now
less
then,
popular?
George. It's got to be more popular, surely.
Johnny's saying top 30. Where are you guessing?
Well, I actually think that George is still a very popular name, so I reckon it's definitely in the top. I'm going to say in top 20.
Oh, yeah, top 20. What
Yeah.
are you saying, George? Top 5. George, you are correct. It's at number 4.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, lovely.
Well, I see. That's amazing.
Probably Prince George, isn't it?
Probably,
Well,
yes.
in that popularity,
Probably, yeah. It's
maybe.
still a very nice. So my partner, it's not my partner. It's my daughter's partner. The father of my grandbaby.
Yeah.
Lovely little Ezra. His name is George because Ezra's called Ezra George after his daddy.
Oh, that's so cute. Do you know what? Ezra is on this list.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it is. I saw it a second ago. Where are you, my friend? Ezra. Number 47.
Oh, we
Yeah.
thought it was right unusual. I were expecting it not even to be on there.
No.
Yeah, I love Ezra.
beautiful
Well, I
name,
love him
that.
anyway.
Very
He's
nice.
gorgeous.
Very nice.
Oh, that's amazing. Is our Johnny on there?
Johnny or Jonathan is not on here,
Oh.
I'm afraid. No, I'm afraid not. Leo is also on here. Leo is number 5.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, which is Johnny's son's name. It is a very strong name, Leo. Strong name.
Producer Jenny wanted a strong name. It is a very strong name, isn't it? It is.
The highest new name to make the top 100 is spelt Z-A-Y-N. Is that Zayn?
Zayn. Zayn.
Yeah. Zayn.
Zayn, yeah.
That's the newest one that's not been in before. That's the highest rated one. It's number 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I would have thought that a few years ago when One Direction were at their most
Popular, famous.
popular because Zayn's a member of One Direction. Well, he was
You're
a
not
member of
wrong.
One Direction. So, yeah, I would have thought. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, just shows you, doesn't it? Ooh.
Oh, would you like to know what's at number 100?
Yes, please.
So don't forget, to be in the top 100 is pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be... Gary is the guest from Johnny. No, it's not Gary. It's, well, do you know what? They've said there'll be no Gary names, people named Gary left in 2050. That's what people are suggesting. But I disagree with that, and I think number 100 proves it. This is a name that I think is quite old-fashioned, actually.
And this is in the... is this the
It's
100?
100.
It's in the 100.
It's number 100.
Oh, it's number 100.
100, yeah.
David?
David, no, it's not. Trevor is your guest, Johnny. Okay.
Trevor.
What's
Nigel?
George saying? Nigel, no, not Stephen. Does begin with an S though, an S and
Simon?
a T.
A what?
S-E-T. Stuart, no, I'm going to put you out your misery. Old, strong name, Stanley. I like it. I don't know any little Stanley. When I think of Stanleys, I think of, I don't know, like my granddad in his flat cap. I think it's a gorgeous name. I really like it, actually. A Stanley. It's cute. Oh, so cute. Anyway, there you go.
Oh, and it's number 100. So what
Yeah.
what was number 1?
Number 1, I'll give you the top 5. Number 1, Mohammed. Number 2, Noah. Number 3, Oliver. Number 4, George. And number 5, Leo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, I wouldn't have said any of that.
No.
Wouldn't have said any of that, Becky. Now, I don't know if you've noticed while I've been busy going through your list there, I've been adding those gorgeous little dyes, and I love this again. I've gone in neutral colours as in white and the blue to bring it in line with the rest. I've got myself a little lid that I'm going to pop on. I'm going to give you the measurements because I've seen the time. I can't believe time on this. But my measurement of my lid is 5 and an eighth. And I've just gone round at 1/2 half an inch, and when I've half an inch, yes, I have gone round at half an inch, Debbie. Use the paper, but when you literally pop that together, and I've used it with red liner tape, I've used some of those spare hearts and gone on the top, and so I thought I'd bring in again a couple of little pieces just to marry it all together. I was going to put a bow on, but then I've changed my mind, so I'm going to pop that to one side. And I am going to put on here, I'm going to use the alphabet, and I'm going to put Enzo, but I'm going to wait to see when he's born, and I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to fill it with some nice little gifts for my little niece, and I'm just going to put my little elephant just on there,
So
and bring
cute.
that in. And like I said, and then it's going to go on to the top of my box, and there you go. Oh, do you know what I forgot?
That's
I forgot
so
my little
sweet.
safety pins. I forgot these little safety pins. Let's pop a little safety pin or two wrapped around my little nappies.
Cute.
Let's pop those into there. Actually, hang on a minute. Let's just make sure that's in the right place. There we go. Another one on there. There we go. Where's my other nappy? There it is. Let's pop that on. There we go. And there you go. You've got yourself a beautiful little baby gift box using, would you believe, our fabulous cut and emboss folders.
That's
so yeah, I hope the guys set me this challenge. I hope they're pleased with what I've come up with, because it was definitely one of those head scratchers. But then it made me think outside the box about the things that we have in our crafty stash and how we can do it into baby themes, just with the use of some dyes, with some papers, with some colours. And you can see just how fabulous. That is a nice little gift box now, ready for our new edition that's arriving in October, which
so
will be
exciting.
here before we know it.
I know, absolutely.
The way this year's going.
Thank you so much for showing us that. Whilst you're grabbing your demos for getting voting on, Tracy says, my granddad is called Stanley and he's 95 years young.
Aww.
Do you see what I mean? That's what I imagine, like this gorgeous, like, you know, older person just with loads of life in them. Kirsty is saying, I have an uncle Stan and he's the only Stanley I've ever met. I don't think I've ever met a Stanley, but maybe I will now. Also, Samantha, you legend, Samantha McDonald has asked a professional about the recyclability of our plate. So as a reminder, Anne asked, does anyone know, for future reference, are the clear plates recyclable? Samantha, has said, yes, they are, as I asked my bin man. Genius idea. Well, that's handy to know. Obviously, it might be a little bit different depending on places in the world, but do feel free to check with your binman. So, can you remind us of your makes of the show?
Oh yes. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I'm coming. It's all right. I've got one more lined up just in case. I'm not sure we'll get it fitted in. Well, we'll try. Where did we start? Oh, we started back, number one, with our cutesy, lovely, gorgeous characters. So that is number one, with my lovely lion cub there, all wrapped up. Yep. Twisted Easel, number one. Number two, love these. The ribbon threading dies. So we went along the baby theme with the little baby girls there. So that's number two. Number three is our fabulous, again, neutral, I kept this, with our lovely modern edgeable. So that's number three. And then number four, we've just finished with the lovely little gift box using our cut and emboss folders and those lovely miniature dies. So that's number four. So I'll recap those again for you.
Yeah.
You've got one, the lovely Twisted Easel with that gorgeous animal theme running through there. Number two, the beautiful ribbon threading dies. And number three, the edgeables. And number four, the cut and emboss baby boy box.
Lovely,
There you go.
bubbly. Do get voting on our socials and we will announce the winner of the show and the winner of the day in a little bit. For now though, let me remind you about my daily deal. This is running out in a matter of hours. It runs out at midnight tonight and it's all about your absolute essentials when it comes to your glues. So I've got for you the roll of foam, I've got the tacky glue, I've got your decanters, I have got for you your all-purpose, and I've also got your 3mm red liner tape today. This is on a deal that will run out at midnight. It is saving you 30%. But let me remind you, if you use your discount code where you can get up to 15% off on top of your sale items, we did a craft vault before that was minimum 70% off all of the items in that show. know. So if you did want to use and get an extra 15% off those treats, you absolutely can. You just need to use the code SAVE6 and add 6 or more items to your basket, or save 4 with 4 or more items, or save 2 with 2 or more items in your basket. So do seize the moment. And that discount applies to everything on our show today and the website, apart from launches from August, just to let you know. Now, I've also got for you your weekend super saver, which is this gorgeous collection for your colorist box today. You can make some seriously exceptional looking treats with this, and you are getting so much in here. Not only are you getting your tri-blend pens that create a blend with ease. You don't need any special tools, you literally need the pen, and they are incremented in colour. You're also going to get some colouring sheets as well with that design on them. You get practice sheets, and the practice sheet lines up perfectly with the instruction manual, which shows you how to use these different techniques. It's great even if you are brand new and you are a complete and absolute beginner. You can make stunning pieces with this, really, really eye-catching designs. So when you see, you know, for example, the blend on these petals, for example, that hasn't used any extra fluid or whatever, it's just using the pens that are in here. It's magic. Today, $35.99 or $53.97. That took a minute. So if you do want to seize the moment on those, grab them whilst you can. Now, I brought to you your decadent nesting dies earlier on. 2 ticks, sorry, they're under here. And we have got this lovely detail and design to them. They're really eye-catching. So all of these different ones you can treat yourself to today. You've got your lovely hearts. You have also, oh wait, oops, sorry. You've got the details with the different shapes in these. They're not all, you know, square, for example. You've got some that are really ornate. You've got some more with that oval appeal to them. We've got that beautiful design, very Art Deco, great Gatsby-esque, isn't it? I've got lots of different ones in here for you. You're saving nearly £52 on this, or $60. It's just £77 or $89 for you today. And we've got some ideas for what you can do with them, don't we, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, if you think about how, I mean, we've said this earlier on, nesting dies are a crafty must-have for any crafter. Your standard ones, but a set of decorative ones also for me is a must-have because of the things that you can do with them. These are so beautiful, these cards. I absolutely love each and every single one of them. Whether you go in it, and this one of my personal favourites, I absolutely adore this. Being used as an easel card, absolutely gorgeous. It really, truly is. But you can see how lovely those decorative features work. On their own, separate, altogether, it's entirely up to you how you use these. What colours are you going to use? How are you going to choose the colours that you want to use with these beautiful dies? I absolutely adore them. I just honestly can't tell you how much I love nesting dies. Look at that one, Becky. Look at that. It's absolutely glorious. And then think about all the things that you have in your crafty stash and maybe not use them all as nesting dies. Maybe use them as decorative frames. It's entirely up to you how you use these. But the price is incredible for everything that you're getting in there,
sure.
and they are absolutely glorious. They really are. And if you're thinking about how you would use these in your baby makes, maybe use them for frames for your pictures of your babies, in your scrapbooking pages, on your cards, on your birth announcements, whatever it is that you want to do. I think these look lovely on those birth announcements that you send out to family and friends when the baby's being born. A little picture, pop it into the frame, use the frame to cut out as well. I think these are gorgeous. There's lots of things that you can do with them. Everyone should have, you know, your regular nesting dies, but you should also have a set of decorative ones as well. So much you can do with them, so versatile, and for all of what you're getting today at that amazing price is just phenomenal. It really is.
It really is brilliant. If you do want to seize the moment, now is definitely your chance. Let me remind you as well, we were looking at Debbie's makes earlier on, and one that she worked with was these cute characters, and I have got a plethora of fantastic animals here for you. These ones create wonderful designs that you can use within your artwork. And you've got, oh hey up, get back here. You've got stamps and you've got dies. So I'm bringing you deers and squirrels. Oh, hey up. I've got some of your cows and sheep. I've also got for you in here bees and birds. I've got for you your lions, your tigers. As well as that, I'm bringing you your hippopotamus. And I've got for you your elephants. Then I've got your zebra with your lovely giraffes. As well as these, we've got your bunnies and your mice. And then I've got for you your cats and your dogs. And I've also got, finally, the otters and the beavers as well. So there's absolutely beautiful detail and design on these ones. I think it's just wonderful. Really, really nice collection. We have had a winner through for demo of the show. Demo of the show.
Sorry?
Which would you guess?
Ooh, do you know what?
It was close.
Probably one... Oh, I don't know, because I love
If you're
the
about
box.
to go 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I'm so sorry, I know.
Do you know what? It was number 2.
Hey, there you go, number 2. Who said that one?
Yeah.
Was that Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
gorgeous.
you go. A lovely, gaily themed one there with those beautiful ribbon threading dies. Absolutely amazing.
Let's now guess on demo of the day. I've got this one here from the first show. So this is number 1, and the second is the one that Debbie has. So number 1 or number 2, get voting on social media. Let me bring to you your cut and emboss folders now. Sorry, I'm dancing all over it, sure. These ones, the cut and emboss ones, are the designs that Debbie showed us how we can work with to create that 3D box. You're getting loads of different designs within here, and they're really nice and unisex. You know, I can imagine creating something really cool with this and giving it to like a teenager. You know, it's kind of edgy, it's really nice detail and design. I can imagine creating something with this and giving it to maybe, you know, my great niece. I can imagine working with this and giving it to someone like my grandma. I could imagine working with this and giving it to someone like my sister. I can imagine working with this and giving it as almost like a family gift with maybe a picture of each person. So there's absolutely loads that you can do with these. And just take a breath on that price. I mean, £29 for all of these really is exceptional. And I know that there are 5 different elements, and I do understand that, but if you imagine taking out all of the dies, because, you know, for example, on this one here, you've got 4 dies in this one. You know, you've got another 4 in here. You know, you've got multiple different dies. If you imagine taking out all the dies and then buying the embossing folders separately, really would add up, wouldn't it? Today, though, just £29 for you, or $33, which is really a wonderful opportunity if you do fancy them. We have had through demo of the day.
It was a landslide.
You're right.
It was a landslide. I saw comments coming through. I'm like, oh, there you go. Well, I hope I've inspired you, because we get set these challenges by our lovely team, and I hope I've inspired you to think about things that we give to you that aren't necessarily about babies. But honestly, I hope that's giving you some inspiration in what you can do with things that you already own in your stash, or maybe potentially you're owning right now. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the show, because I certainly have. And guess what? You've got me again tomorrow. And I found out that it isn't my little Joe that I thought I was working with. It's my TV upster, Ben. So I'm right excited. We've got a sparkle show kickstarting things with Colour Me Happy. So I'm going to do lots of techniques. You know me, I love, love, love anything that sparkles. So I'm going to do lots of techniques in that show. We've got a fabulous masterclass all about the sentiments, and I've got some Say It With Style. I've got an unusual type of fold of card in that one that I'm going to have a dabble with and have a little play with. And then we've got Second Chance Sunday. It's going to be another great day with some great products, some great prices, and hopefully some great crafty inspiration and fun to boot with my gorgeous TV hubster. But I've really enjoyed today, Becky. It's been absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you also. And thank you to you at home for making it so fantastic, and for watching, and for treating yourself. Let me just remind you, you've got a few hours to treat yourself to that glue, and don't forget to use those discount codes for up to 15% off today. From myself, the entire team here at CTV, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you very soon.